Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, Mark Brooks.
Guy draws a good cover.
First cover he did, Scott Lang, without his helmet, transitioning as he's going small with the helmet on. It's dope. Second cover.
It's my favorite one of the 3 we've read so far anyway. Trapped in a little snow globe. Welcome to Miami.
Boom. And 3. Number 3, which we're talking about right now, is a Taskmaster cover that is underrated as hell.
Yeah. I don't know how many good Taskmaster covers there are, but this one has to be up in the top.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's freaky.
It's
a
freaky
close angle of his nasty face.
Awesome. Where did we last leave this story off?
Ooh, issue 2 ended with him getting denied, with Ant-Man, Scott Lang, getting denied a bank loan for his new company, his security company that he wants to start up. And we actually asked the audience for some good bank stories. We got a few. This one is from Mr. Anthony Arroyo. Arroyo?
One of the 2. We do appreciate you for leaving a comment. And
Thanks,
you should
man.
also like and subscribe to the video right now so you don't forget.
That's
It
always
helps
a good
with the
idea.
algorithms. What did you have to say?
Bank story. I went online to make my car payment the day it was due, but the website was down for maintenance. I called in to make the payment, and I was charged a fee for not using the website that was down.
So the website was down. He had to call,
Mm-hmm.
but he got a fee for calling.
Even though everybody was probably calling because the website was down.
Man, that's not good.
Sounds familiar.
Can you imagine if there was like, if he had that happen to him, there had to at least been a ton of other people that had to do the
Definitely.
same thing. So how much money was collected? That's don't sound good, but it
They
also
would not refund it.
sounds
That's what he says.
believable.
Not naming names, but thanks, Bell's Pargo.
Oh, jeez. Well, be careful where you bank, apparently.
That's sound advice.
Sound advice. And we move on with this story.
We do indeed. The story starts with a doctor and some mystery guy having a meeting. It's very,
Very professional.
yeah, they're mystery characters. We have no idea who they are.
Well, you find out very quickly that this doctor is known in the Marvel Universe.
Mm-hmm. She's a brain surgeon and a heart surgeon. She's worked with Iron Man in the past.
Iron Man, that's correct. She helped repair Tony Stark's legs when he couldn't walk in issue number 248.
And also the Hulk, too, right? I mentioned the Hulk in here.
Yeah, she didn't have very much luck repairing Bruce, helping. He kept getting angry, but in issues of Iron Man 131 and 133 worked with Bruce.
But yeah, she's having this conversation with this guy that we don't know. He doesn't ever identify himself. But by the end of it, so he's asking her to come work with him and do some mysterious research. Which he doesn't.
Groundbreaking research.
Yeah, he really doesn't get into specifics.
He's excited, though. He's like, oh, you're going to be interested in this. Like, what do you think?
She says, "Go to hell," which is very strange. But
Right.
then the camera pulls out and you see, the view pulls out and you see
That's
that.
some good drawing. That's
how I think
good,
about
right?
it, yeah.
That's good. If it makes you think like that, it means like the panels are pulling you in. It feels like a movie playing out in front of your
Exactly.
eyes.
But you pull the angle back and you see there's a couple guys on her pointing guns, and she's like, "Go to hell." I guess we're working together now. You
Yeah,
got
she's
guns
being
on me.
forced
Exactly.
to be there.
We don't know what she's doing. We don't know what she's working on, who she's working on, but
We know whatever he wants her to do, it's not good because it's
Yeah.
requiring guns to motivate her
coercion.
to work there.
Exactly.
So we move from this page. We move on to Scott Lang. Now Scott he's chilling with his daughter. He doesn't have his helmet on.
Yeah,
You notice that?
specifically Scott Lang. This is the one time in the issue he's just not Ant-Man. He does not have his helmet on. Only in this sequence where he's talking to his daughter.
We need to differentiate going forward when it's Scott Lang without his helmet and with his helmet and we're gonna call him by Ant-Man or
true.
or Scott
Good
Lang
point.
because it's a different character.
We mentioned that in one of the last videos we did about how he rarely has his helmet off.
Mhm.
He seems to be hiding almost behind this superhero persona. It's kind of interesting when you look at it that way too.
but not with his daughter.
No, he's a little more open.
Mhm.
He's not hiding behind a wall. He tells her to her face that she sucks at drumming.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty funny. He's like, but the Stooges weren't understood in their time either. So, if people don't like you, don't get upset because you're probably good, like basically telling her that she sucks, but trying to find a way to sweeten it up.
Yeah, she's got a little drumming talent show thing going
Yeah.
on later on in the issue, and he's got to talk to the ex-wife now, and he immediately puts that helmet on.
Immediately. Like, almost, it makes me wonder what his mental state is like. I'm starting to wonder.
It actually happens in the same panel. He puts the helmet on as she walks into the room because he's like, nope, I gotta distance myself a little bit.
Gotta have a little barrier between me and her.
So his ex-wife walks in, and she's upset about some stuff.
Yeah, she happened to be driving down the road and she saw his billboard that he bought in the last issue. So she takes a picture of it and she's got her phone and she's like, "What the hell are you doing, man? I thought you were just here to transition so our daughter could make the move easier."
Yeah, when are you leaving? When are you moving?
Yeah, she thought it was just temporary, but apparently you're setting up shop here. Literally, you've got a small business that you're opening.
Yeah, what's going on? Like, you need to talk to me.
This was actually my favorite line of dialogue in the whole issue because he gets all excited, like, "What? It works!" So they saying like it works. They always told me like you should get social media instead of the billboard, but clearly you stopped. You even took a picture. Like, this works.
Yeah, you saw it. You stopped. You said, "Yeah, I want that," and then I took a picture, and
she's like,
yeah.
"You're my ex-husband, dude. That's why I took the picture. It's got nothing to do with your business."
You're freaking on an ant, and you got Tony Stark there waving at the
beautiful billboard too.
It's dope, but he's so excited because he thinks it's working.
Clearly, so people like it, and they want to take pictures of it. It's so good.
She's worried that he's going to cause trouble.
Mm-hmm.
That there's going to be a problem. He's going to bring some like problems to the relationship.
With him, so to speak. Yeah.
And he assures her, no, everything's good. I actually have my first client. It's actually a paperclip company.
Yeah, it's like a warehouse for paper clips, honey. It's not going to blow when nothing bad is going to happen.
Yeah,
Super
what's
safe.
The worst that could happen? In the very next page, we see him setting up security in this warehouse.
Yeah, it looks pretty benign. It's just a big empty building.
No big deal.
Shelf after shelf after shelf full of boxes of loose paper clips.
Ants are helping out, organizing everything.
Yeah.
Setting up motion sensors, you know?
Seems pretty high security for a paperclip warehouse, though.
Until Taskmaster shows up.
Yeah, what?
What? This guy is awesome.
He's creepy looking.
He's creepy and he's really cool.
Yeah, I don't know what he sounds like, but I don't think it sounds cool. I'm trying to imagine his voice, you know? He sounds like he'd be really creepy.
Yeah, creepy, but kind of an a-hole.
Yeah, he reminds me of Deadpool. You were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, I think that he was doing the Deadpool stuff, that kind of attitude and how he carries himself, and just like the verbiage and the slang that he uses, doing that long before Deadpool. But Taskmaster is here, and this is actually my favorite line of dialogue. Scott Lang, the first thing he says is, "Oh, my arch nemesis is here."
Uh-huh.
Taskmaster,
yep.
Right? And Taskmaster is like, so you think of like superheroes, their arch enemies. I think of like Spider-Man and Green Goblin, and they're about to go at it, and it's just like it's gonna be an epic showdown. One of them's probably gonna get severely hurt. Like, this is gonna be epic. That's what Scott Lang is thinking is about to happen. He's like, "Oh, I'm ready." He's super tiny, showdown, and Taskmaster's like, "Wait, what did you just say, man?"
Arch enemy?
No, oh man, you
tell people this? Like,
yeah, you're not like repeating this to like your fans and stuff,
don't.
right? Like,
please don't.
Like, I'm here to kind of just do a job, and he goes. It's like, again, it's a superhero battle scene, just like we saw in the last issue, but it's unlike any other you're going to see in another comic book, because they're having a conversation that's super funny all throughout them fighting.
And it just ends in a kind of abrupt way, too, just like the one he had in the last issue with the bear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it ends with him saying, "I'm not your arch enemy. I'm just doing a job. I got hired by this company, Cross Technological Enterprises."
Yes.
And that's when Scott Lang freaks out, like, whoa. Like, that was the guy I fought the first time I became Ant-Man. It's like it brings this whole story back to his origin.
Correct. See, Taskmaster he was like a leader of henchmen. He was actually producing henchmen as like a job. Like, he ran an academy, and that's how Marvel created like this narrative how henchmen were just so prevalent and always available. So Taskmaster is a kind of an entrepreneur himself. First Taskmaster, issue number 196. What is that guide for in the Overstreet, by the way?
Avengers 196? $95, actually.
And 9.2?
9.2, yep.
Oh, it's an awesome key. I like that key. So this actually leads to another key issue with this big reveal of who hired Taskmaster.
Yeah, once he shows Ant-Man his phone, it says Cross Technological Enterprises, we find out that it is the son of the guy that Ant-Man fought back in Marvel Premiere 47.
It was the first appearance of Scott Lang as Ant-Man.
Exactly.
Major key.
Mm-hmm.
What's that guide for?
Marvel Premiere 47. It's going for $160.
9.2. Boom. But an awesome key. And in that story, what happens?
It's this guy, Darren Cross, is like killing homeless people and harvesting their organs basically to keep himself. He's huge. He's like Hulk proportions. He's a big guy, and it takes a lot of hearts. He goes through hearts really quick. So he's harvesting hearts from homeless people using this same doctor at like kidnapping her. Basically the exact same MO that his son is now using. And Ant-Man, his daughter, is having some kind of heart problem. So he finds this doctor and realizes that he rescues her, basically, and they get in a fight, and that's blah, blah, blah.
That was good. That was good. He rescues her, gets in a fight.
That's how it ends.
Oh,
It's
okay.
comic books. They get in a fight, and the guy dies. But we find out he's apparently not dead. He's in a like cryostasis, like Star Wars healing tank
That's
kind
right.
of thing at the end of this issue.
He's been alive waiting this whole time.
And now his crazy kid is going to try and resurrect him somehow with this same doctor from all those years ago.
Taskmaster reveals that he was not sent there to kill Scott.
That's true. Yeah, he was just a distraction.
He was there to distract him long enough so that they could kidnap his daughter.
Yeah, they know about his daughter's talent show. They wanted to make sure that Scott wasn't able to show up there and maybe prevent them from kidnapping her. They inject her with some kind of stuff and knock her out and then take her somewhere.
Ooh.
So it's a pretty intense setup for the next issue.
Super excited to pick it up at issue number 4.
Yep, Ant-Man number 4.
Wouldn't you say that this is an extremely underrated comic book cover? I can't get over this point. This is stunning.
That's a super good cover.
I want to know from our audience, what's your favorite underrated comic book cover?
Everyone likes the classics.
Yeah, I don't want to see any 880 jock covers or anything in the comment section. I want to know a random comic book that you just know. It's like, this cover is so dope.
People don't like it enough.
And you can get them everywhere. Put it in the comment section below. I'd appreciate it. We do appreciate you, and we appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And as always,
guys, geek responsibly.
enough said. If you want to get merch, help support the podcast, you can go to geekstreet101.com.